Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी, जय यशोदनंदन ब्रज जनरंजन, यमुना तीरा वनचारी, यमुना तीरा वनचारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavat Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Reading from first canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 15. Text 35. Yatha matsyati rupani dhatte jahyat yatha nataha bhobharakshapito yena jaho tatchakalevaram yatha matsyati rupani dhatte jahyat yatha nataha bhobharakshapito yena jaho tatchakalevaram yatha matsyadi rupani dhatte jahyat yatha nataha bhobharakshapito yena jaho tatchakalevaram. Mataji. What word meaning? Yatha, as much as, Matsyadi, incarnation as a fish, etc. Rupani, forms. Dhatte, eternally accepts. Jayat, apparently relinquishes. Yatha, exactly like. Nataha, magician. Bhubharaha, burden of the world. Kshapitaha, relieved. Yena, by which. Jahau, let go. Tat, that. Cha, also. Kalevaram, body. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: the Supreme Lord relinquished the body which He manifested to diminish the burden of the earth. Just like magician, he relinquishes one body to accept different ones, like the fish incarnation and others. Purport: the Supreme Personality of Godhead is neither impersonal nor formless, but His body is not different from Him. Therefore, He is known as the embodiment of eternity, knowledge and bliss. In the Brihat Vaishnava Tantra, it is clearly mentioned that anyone who considers the form of Lord Krishna to be made of material energy must be ostracized by all means. And if by chance the face of such an infidel is seen, one must clean himself by jumping in the river with his clothing. The Lord described as Amrita or deathless because He has no material body. And under the circumstances, the Lord dying, quitting His body, is like a jugglery of a magician. The magician shows by his tricks that he is cut to pieces, burnt to ashes, or made unconscious by hypnotic influences. But all are false shows only. Factually, the magician himself is neither burnt to ashes nor cut to pieces, nor is he dead or unconscious at any stage of his magical demonstration. Similarly, the Lord has His eternal form of unlimited variety, of which the fish incarnation, as was exhibited within this universe, is also one. Because there are innumerable universes, somewhere or other the fish incarnation must be manifesting his pastimes without cessation. In this verse, the particular word dhatte, eternally accepted, and not the word dhitva, accepted for the vocation, is used. The idea is that the Lord does not create the fish incarnation. He eternally has such a form. And the appearance and disappearance of such an incarnation serves particular purposes. In the Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter 24, 25, the Lord says, the impersonalists think that I have no form, that I am formless, but that at present I have accepted a form to serve a purpose. And now I am manifested. But such speculators are factually without sharp intelligence. Though they may be good scholars in the Vedic literatures, they are practically ignorant of my inconceivable energies and my eternal forms of personality. The reason is that I reserve the power of not being exposed to the non-devotees by my mystic curtain. The less intelligent fools are therefore unaware of my eternal form, which is never to be vanquished and is unborn. In the Padma Purana, it is said that those who are envious and always angry at the Lord are unfit to know the actual and eternal form of the Lord. In the Bhagavatam also it is said that the Lord appeared like a thunderbolt to those who were wrestlers. Shishupala, at the time of being killed by the Lord, could not see him as Krishna. Being dazzled by the glare of Brahmajyoti, therefore, the temporary manifestation of the Lord as a thunderbolt to be to the restless appointed by Kamsa, or the glaring appearance of the Lord before Shishupal, was relinquished by the Lord. But the Lord as a magician is eternally existent and is never vanquished in any circumstances. Such forms are temporarily shown to the Asuras only. And when such exhibitions are withdrawn, the Asuras think that the Lord is no more existent, just as the foolish audience thinks that the magician to be burned to ashes or to cut to pieces. The conclusion is that the Lord has no material body and therefore he is never to be killed or changed by his transcendental body. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapatantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Patakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Brinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Yatha matsyate rupani dhatte jahyat yatha nataha bhuvara kshapito yena jaho tachak kalevaram. The Supreme Lord relinquished the body which he manifested to diminish the burden of the earth. Just like a magician, he relinquishes one body to accept different ones, like the fish incarnation and others. Hare Krishna. So we were discussing the Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 15, the Pandavas retired timely. The conversation between Yudhishthir Maharaj and Arjuna. So here Arjuna, being a great devotee of the Lord, is feeling separation from Lord Shri Krishna. And in this section of the Srimad Bhagavatam, the activities of a Krishna conscious devotee during the presence of Krishna and in the absence of Krishna, both are discussed. So how to become Krishna conscious during the presence of Krishna and also during the apparent absence of Krishna. That is a subject matter of these sections of the Srimad Bhagavatam. So I seek the blessings of the devotees to speak on how to become Krishna conscious in the presence of Krishna as well as in the apparent absence of Krishna. In the shloka, Yatha matsyati rupani dhatte jahyat yatha nataha. So Krishna accepts various forms. We hear the famous song, regularly we recite, Keshava Dhrita Narahari Rupa, Keshava Dhrita Meena Sharira. So that Keshava, he takes the form Keshava Dhrita Narahari Rupa. Dhrita refers to accepting or taking. So sometime he is Dhrita Narahari Rupa, sometime he is Dhrita Meena Sharira. So who is that? That is Keshava. So he takes different bodies. But is it like a temporary arrangement that he is accepting something and leaving it? Like, we may wear some shirt or some kind of dress sometime. During different season, we accept some dress. When you're going to office, wear pant shirt. In the temple, you may wear, dhoti kurta, and we leave it. So is it like that Krishna is accepting? So what is the word dhrita here means? Accepting. So if he is accepting something, then previously he was not having, or later he will leave it. So then it becomes temporary thing. So what is the meaning of acceptance here? So the understanding of the acceptance is that he is revealing his form to us. Just like Ganga Maya, he is appearing from which place? Lotus feet of Krishna. If you go to Himalaya, there is a place called Gomukha, From Gomukh, Gangotri is there, So the Gangotri appearing from Gomukha or Himalaya is not actually appearance, but she is manifesting her form to us here, So she is revealing her to us, but it's not that she was not there before. She is actually flowing from the heavenly planets, ultimately from the lotus feet of Vishnu. So the appearance or acceptance here means it is not that newly Krishna created a body, but actually these incarnations, Krishna's body is eternal. Krishna's body is not different from Krishna. So that is understanding, which is very, very unique to the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We have the special understanding that Krishna's quality and Krishna are not different. Krishna's form and Krishna are not different. Krishna's Leela and Krishna are not different. And even very specifically, Krishna's name and Krishna is not different. So this is something very unique teaching of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, when we say Krishna and Krishna's form are not different, Krishna and Krishna's qualities are not different, even the ordinary materialistic philosophers also, they say that the qualities and the object which possess quality are many times non-different. For example, if you say that a cloth has a quality of white color. White cloth, if you take, is a quality of white color. So many of you are wearing white dress here. So is it possible for you to remove the white color from the cloth? So cloth and white color, they are inseparable, correct? So they are non-different. White cloth and white color, they are non-different. So they also accept this. So guna and the guni are not different. Sometimes the quality can be separated. For example, a mango fruit, if you mango fruit in the beginning it is pale greenish mango becomes when it becomes fruit become yellowish. So then further when the sunlight falls or sometimes they put some stone and all, the color changes to something reddish or golden color in Alfonso mango like that. So the color is also the quality of the fruit. So but the quality changes though the fruit remains. Sometimes taste changes. If you take the kacha mango, it is sour, but ripened mango becomes sweet. So the quality of the mango changes, color of the mango changes. So here the color of the mango and the taste of the mango, because it changes, it is considered as simultaneously one and different from the mango. So the quality of the mango, which is color or taste, these are all the qualities of the mango. They are simultaneously same and different. But the color of the cloth is absolutely the same. This is I'm talking about not spiritual things, talking about a general understanding. So even in the material things also, we understand that the quality and the thing which possesses the quality, they are sometimes absolutely the same and sometimes they are simultaneously same and different. So when we see things like this in this world, so there is why there cannot be an understanding that Krishna's form, Krishna's qualities and Krishna are not different. So it shouldn't be a very difficult to accept something if we don't have any previous understanding, then we may how is it possible like that, But here we got some understanding. Even the material world also we see, these things are we are seeing every day-to-day life. The cloth and the color inseparable. They are absolutely the same. So why it's not possible? Why Krishna we can't accept? Krishna's form and Krishna are not different. Krishna's qualities and Krishna are not different. So these are the special understanding we should hear from the Shastras. Krishna, in the Bhagavad Gita, in his teachings, very often he speaks on these terms, that how his relationship with this material world, what is the relationship with this his creations, these living entities, his relationship with his incarnations. Many times he differentiates and he teaches all these things. Yesterday, in the Bhagavatam class, His Grace Braj Bihari Prabhu, spoke about first one should aware of things. After awareness, one should accept and appreciate. He spoke very nice things about the qualities of devotees, what qualities devotees should develop, how they should progress in spiritual life. So first one is one should aware of things. First one should understand what is what. Then only desire comes. So in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna first speaks about the awareness or understanding. Who are you? Who is Krishna? So this is called Sambandha Jnana. First he gives the understanding of various things. So then after that, a desire is instilled in the heart of Arjuna. Arjuna asks Krishna, till now I thought that I am this body and I am belong to this particular family, and I was thinking that right and wrong is based on my false identity with the body. So killing of my relatives I thought is a wrong thing, and being kind to their physical wellness is what good things, which is what proper thing. But now Krishna, you have revealed to me the great understanding of the spirit soul. I am not this body, I am a spirit soul. And Krishna, you have spoken about your personality, that you are the Supreme Personality regarded by hearing. And Janma Karma Cha Me Divyam, your activities are divine. And your personality is not like any other ordinary personality. So Krishna, I want to hear about you. So when Krishna spoke about this understanding, then Arjuna later asked, I want to hear about it. And Krishna says, Tat Shruno. He said, you hear about me, So first, one person has to have at least a basic understanding of the truths. Then only a desire comes. So here, Srila Prabhupada speaks elaborately in the purport beautifully about that the techniques of Krishna consciousness science. Who is Krishna? How to understand Krishna? Krishna is taking various forms. Keshava Dhrita, Narahari Rupa, Meena Sharira. Is it like we are accepting various roles? One time shaven heads, sometime with the hair we have, sometime we wear various dress. So is it like that? So interestingly, Krishna many times, like Prabhupada says here, for asuras, Krishna creates some kind of tricks to confuse them all the time. Krishna leaves his own body and goes. So people think that Krishna's body is dead now. Krishna is dead. Similarly, in Gita also, Krishna sometimes speaks very mystically. In the 10th chapter, Vibhuti Yoga, the opulences of the Absolute, Krishna says that Krishna is going to describe the opulence of his. That means what he possesses. But while describing, Krishna says that instead of saying that I am the Himalayas belongs to me, my opulence, Krishna says I am Himalayas. Instead of Krishna saying that the Skanda or the Senapati is my opulence, Krishna says I am Skanda. So why Krishna is saying that? Instead of saying, if he said that this person is a very rich person, has a lot of gold, a lot of big house. So he said this house belongs to me. This money belongs to me. That's fine. But Krishna says I am money. How is it possible? If anybody says I am money, I am the house, I am the car, will that make sense? Very much Krishna did that only in the whole 10th chapter. Krishna says, Senaninam skandosmi. I am Skanda among the generals. And Stavaranam Himalayosmi. Of immovable I am Himalayas. And then Krishna says, Mriganam Mrigandrosmi. I am the lion among the animals. So here, why Krishna is saying that these things belongs to me, that should have been made more sense. But Krishna is saying that I am lion, I am Shiva, I am Skanda, Rudranam Shankaras Chasmi. Among the Rudras, I am Shankara. So why Krishna is speaking in these kind of ways? So people may question us that, so Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita only said, you see, that I am Shiva, I am Skanda. So you go to 7K Munshima Gopinath, I am going to nearby Babulnath. So Gopinath or Babulnath, both are same. Why? Because Krishna only spoke in the Gita. What he said? Shankaras Chasmi, I am Shankara. Senaninam Skandosmi, I am Skanda, Kartikeya or Muruga. So Krishna only said in the Gita. So why, if Krishna would have been spoken very simply that, these opulences belongs to me. In fact, the chapter entitled as the opulences of the Absolute. So opulences of the Absolute, the word of comes mean there is a different has to be there, isn't it? This book belongs to me means what? I am different from the book. Or the spectacle belongs to me means I am different from the spectacles. But when you say, I am this, there cannot be any different, So for example, you go to a market, to a shop, and you ask the shopkeeper, pay some money, and ask him that I want a pencil and rubber. You are asking, rubber pencil, please give me rubber pencil. So you paid the money for that. How many items he will give you? 2 items. So you spoke 2 words. Please give me a rubber pencil. He gives 2 items. And you go to the same shopkeeper next time and ask him, you pay the money and ask him, give me a beautiful flower. Now also you use 2 words, correct? Beautiful flower. How many items he will give you? 1. You said 2 words, but he gives only 1. So when you say rubber pencil gives 2, but it's a beautiful flower, it gives only 1. So why? Second case is both are same. So the beautiful, what he referred by beautiful and what he referred by the flower, both are refers to the same thing. But in the case of rubber and pencil, rubber pencil, even though here also two words are used, but it denotes two different objects. So he gives two things, isn't it? Similarly, you are asking, give me a car key. So asking your, father. So you use two words. How many items you will get? Huh? Only one. Huh? You don't get car and key. So there you get only one. So so when we use beautiful flower, the beautiful and the flower are non-different. They are the same thing. Similarly, when we say that I am male, so the word I, what it refers, the word what refers male, both are same. Like Prime Minister comes and says, Narendra Modi comes and says, I am the Prime Minister. So here the word I is different, the Prime Minister is different. Will we say like that? Both are same, correct? So in the material world, in the day-to-day wordings, when somebody says, I am Prime Minister, I am male, I am woman, I am mother. So the word I and the word mother, they refers to the same object, isn't it? So similarly, Krishna says, I am Skanda, I am Shiva. So anybody can ask us, when Krishna says like that, so that means the word referred by I, and the object referred by the word I, and the object referred by the word Skanda, both has to be same only, isn't it? When Prime Minister says, I am Modi, I am Modi, I am Prime Minister, then you don't say that, the I refers to something else and Prime Minister refers to something else. No, it refers to both same personality. Similarly, Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, in a chapter entitled The Opulence of the Absolute, but Krishna started speaking, instead of saying that these are mine, Krishna is saying that these are me. I am these things. So this question comes. So when people also come and ask us, so you worship Krishna, I worship Shiva, because both are same. So now if we say that no, Krishna is different, Shiva is different, Krishna is different, Kartikeya is different. You may have your own sentiments, you may have your own devotion, but Shastra doesn't support your opinion. Which is a Shastra? Gita Shastra. You also accept, I also accept. But Gita Shastra, that's clearly saying, Gita is saying that I am Shankara, I am Shiva, I am Skanda, Senaninam Skandosmi. Okay, Sanskrit and all I don't know. Okay, we don't know Sanskrit, no problem. Take the translation of all the versions of Bhagavad Gita. Anybody who translated, most of the people translation is not a big problem. So all the translation says that of the Senapatis, I am Skanda. That's what translation says. Of the Rudras, I am Shankara. That's what all the translation says. So if this we are taking this English sentence only. So anybody pronounce the English sentence that I am this, we see there is a non-different. And here also Krishna says, I am Shankara, I am Skanda. So Krishna speaks that both are same, isn't it? When Krishna says, I am Devaki Nandan, then will you say that I refers to something else, Devaki Nandan refers to somebody else? Will you say like that? There you say, Krishna is speaking, I am. So whoever is speaking, that particular beautiful bluish color personality is referred by the word I. And that same personality is actually Devaki's son. So there you don't find any different. So similarly, when Krishna says in the Gita that I am Skanda, I am Shiva, then you should accept that Shiva and Krishna, Krishna, both are same. So you go to Gopinath, I go to Babulnath. So how do we understand that? So we have to understand Krishna's personality first. Who is Krishna? Awareness has to be there. Then only the desire comes. Then we think about the way to achieve him if it is really desirable. So what are the forms of Krishna? Who is Krishna? What is his personality? That has to be clearly understood. Then we can go about next step is that the way to develop a desire to achieve him. So first comes the goal, then comes the means. So And then the means comes, we'll achieve the goal. Knowledge of the goal has to be there. Then the knowledge of means should be there. Then we have to perform the means. Then we'll achieve the result. Just like somebody have the knowledge of the moon, but everybody intrigued about going to the moon. But when he comes to the means, okay, I have to go to the 30th story in the skyscraper and jump from there. We can't go like that. We will break our leg and head. So the means is difficult for us. So we retrieve back. So the knowledge, desire may be there, but means is very difficult. So first desire has to, knowledge has to be there. Okay, the laddu is very sweet. Then the desire is there. Oh, it's very sweet. I want to eat. Then the means, okay, I can cook myself or buy in the market. The means is in my capability. The means has to be in my capability. Then only we'll endeavor in the means. Then we'll take the laddu and eat nicely. So there has to be, these are the steps are there. So similarly, first understanding who is Krishna. So Krishna personality, is he just some ordinary boy, just did some politics or did some fight or did some wonderful activities? So the Shastras are giving the exact understanding, intricate understanding of Krishna. So this in the Prabhupada, in the purpose of Prabhupada is speaking about these things now and then, who is Krishna? Krishna's personality, who is he? What is Krishna's nature of Krishna's body, his qualities, his name? Everything has to be understood very properly. Janma karma cha me divyam yevam yoveti tattvataha. Properly has to be understood. So here, in the pursuit of understanding Krishna, or trying to understand Krishna, Krishna himself speaking about himself, who is a better authority than Krishna himself. And here in the Gita, Krishna is saying that I am this, I am this, I am Skanda, I am all these things. So when people ask that, many times while preaching we come across, whoever you worship, everybody is same. You can get the same result. And to support this, Krishna also spoken very much in the Gita, not one place, two places, all the places. So Krishna says, I am this demigod, I am this demigod. So how to understand that? You cannot say, oh, Krishna is different, sentimentally. Shastra has to support that, So we can say, oh, no, this 10th chapter Bhagavad Gita is not meant for us. But when Krishna says that, Sarvadharman Paridija, Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja, Amai Vamsho Jiva Loke, you are all my eternal part and parcel. Ham Sarvasya Prabhavaha, these are the Shastras we accept. Not 10th chapter is meant for, Can we say that, when there is I give this example, when a cow and a lion are fighting with each other, whom you will save? Cow, the lion is attacking the cow. Who will say? Save? Cow. Some other drive the lion away, isn't it? When two cows are fighting with their horns, want to eat the same, fodder, which one you will save? Both cows are same strength. Which cow you will save? They are hurting each other with their sharp horns, they're bleeding. So that time, which cows you will take side with? Both the cows. Why not? Some other separate both the cows, give separate fodder and say both of them. So both cows are cow. Gomata is Gomata. This cow is mine and that cow is. We cannot say like that, isn't it? So similarly, when there is a fight between the Shastra and the Nastikavada, atheistic thing, we just reject the Nastic people's conclusion and support Shastra. But then there is an apparent fight between the Shastras. So you cannot say that this Shastra, I will accept, that Shastra, I will reject. You can't say that. Both are cows. Cows we need. We want to keep the cows, So here the one Shastra, 10th chapter, one Shastra says that Krishna and Skanda, Shiva are same. The word is saying, we cannot just, brush it away. Another place, Krishna says that I am the Supreme Lord of all. So then, which is correct? Which side we should take? So we cannot say that one is right, another is wrong. We have to accept both of them. So how to understand that? Why Krishna is saying like this? As Prabhupada says here, for the Asuras, Krishna purposefully confuses them by speaking. Such forms are temporarily shown to the Asuras only. And when such exhibitions are withdrawn, the Asuras think that the Lord is no more existent. So Krishna sometimes does some tricks, So is it Krishna spoken for this atheistic people That for them Krishna spoke, okay, Senaninam skandosmi. So is it for them Krishna has spoken? Okay, even for that case also, we have to understand it properly. We cannot reject that statement. So how to understand that? Is it something interesting? I mean, I thought that many students are here, so I just spontaneously speaking this topic. So how to understand this? So Krishna is trying to tell something very interesting in this particular narration. Bhagavad Gita is such a sweet shastra which has so much intricacies, so much interesting lessons behind it, intricate understanding behind the words actually. So let us see what it actually meant. So when Krishna is pronounced as I am Skanda, according to the words, the sentence meaning is very clear. Both are non-different. Because when we speak about the Shastras, the Shastra is also a combination of words, sentences. Outside world, we speak language, that is also a combination of sentences. So you cannot say that the outside sentence, when you say that, give me some bottle of water, glass of water, or where is, Chhatrapati Shivaji terminus is there. So that meaning is something different. And when we say that, Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, both are English only. So you cannot say that this is something different and that is different. No, we have to speak. The language is the same. So the language is the same. So language, the words denotes the meaning. Through the meaning, we actually run our life. Our life undergoes by the speech we hear from each other. Give me a glass of water means that word enters into our ear, we assimilate the meaning, then we bring a glass of water and give them. That's how the life runs, If you say then bring me glass of water means actually it is not glass of water, but actually it is mean take a knife and kill your, shirt, insert in your stomach. That world does not work like that. People will be confused. So the words are pronounced particular meanings and life is going on like that only. So you cannot say here in Krishna speaks this means that, this means that. You cannot say. So you have to support by the worldly understandings also. So that's why the Vedic scripture Shastras doesn't actually contradict the worldly things. The Shastra doesn't contradict the Pratyaksha Pramanas, which we see in our day-to-day life. We see that the fire is hot and the fire is, creating a heat sensation. If you touch fire, it burns you. But Shastras will not come and tell that, Vedic Shastra, if you touch the fire, it is very cooling. It will not say like that. So the Vedic Shastra doesn't contradict the world. At the same time, the Vedic Shastra doesn't just repeat the worldly things. Otherwise, why, if we can understand everything by our own experience, why we need Shastra? It's useless, isn't it? So the Vedic Shastra doesn't contradict the world. At the same time, the Vedic Shastra gives some understanding which is beyond the world's perception. Pratyakshen anumityava yastu upayahana buddhyate vedam vidanti vedera tasmat vedasya vedata. That which cannot be comprehended by our sensual perception, by our ordinary understanding, the Vedic Shastra gives us those higher understanding. But nevertheless, it doesn't contradict our worldly things. So in the worldly understanding, when people say that I am Prime Minister, I am beautiful, or I am so-and-so, it refers to the same person. So similarly, Krishna, when he says that I am Skanda, that also refers to the same person. The sentences cannot change. Here is different, that is different. You cannot say that. Shastra doesn't contradict the worldly understanding, worldly behavior. It may give some higher understanding which is beyond worldly calculation, but it doesn't contradict. So how do you understand that? So when people come and ask us, how do we understand, how we reply that? You cannot say that sentimentally, this is different understanding. No. So we have to give the understanding which is through the worldly understanding also. So here, I was giving the example of how the people speak in this world. You see, sometimes there are certain kind of usages in the world also we see. Somebody is standing in the road to go to some place. So from distance he saw a car is going. So he want to catch a taxi. So then he calls, taxi. What he says? Taxi. So what he calls? Taxi he calls. But who comes there? Taxi comes automatically. Huh? Taxi driver comes, isn't it? So when you call taxi, taxi driver comes. So then you say that, I call taxi, why did you come? Anybody says like that? No. Sometime, you are in the 10th floor in the big building. So then you call for auto rickshaw, auto. And then the auto is standing down and you have not come. So auto wala comes up. Then he knocks the door and asks, you called me, you didn't come. So you open the door and the auto fellow is standing, the driver is standing. So then he says that, who are you? Then he says that, I am the auto. You call for me, I have come. So then we say that I call for auto, but I didn't call you. You don't say like that, The auto driver assumes himself as auto and comes. So why he is saying like that? Why these things happens like that? Sometime in the festivals, in the temples, traditional temples, they have these festivals. At the end of the festivals, they want to give some remuneration to those different people who did services. So the mridang player, if he has to be given a garland, end of the Kirtan festival, he has to be given special offering, gesture of gratitude. Lord's garland is given and, some donation, dakshina is given. So they call, so much actions are going on. So very short. So they call, okay, next mridanga, he calls mridanga. Just word mridanga only calls. That means what? The mridanga player has to come there. Then the person who plays Nadaswaram, Then the festival, the pujari announces, okay, next Nadaswaram, he only calls this much only. Then Nadaswaram will it come? Flying? No, the person who plays the Nadaswaram will come. What does that mean? That the person who is playing beautifully Nadaswaram for all these 7 days, please come in front of the Lord. We want to give you Lord's garland and also we want to give you, if he says like this, people go to sleep. How many will keep calling like this? So only one word, Nadaswara means the player comes there. So why he called Nadaswaram but the player comes? So this is a worldly usage which we see day to day life. Auto you are calling, auto driver comes. So auto doesn't come, auto driver comes. So what does that mean? That means that auto driver is actually possessing the auto. Without him, the auto cannot move. He is the owner of the auto. The auto belongs to him. So for that reason, when you call auto, the auto driver comes. Nobody else comes there. When you say that Nadaswaram comes, the Nadaswaram instrument doesn't come. What you refer is that by the word Nadaswaram, that person, without that player of the Nadaswaram cannot make sound. Nadaswaram is owned by this particular player of the Nadaswaram. Nadaswaram cannot be taken by anybody else without his permission. He is possessing that. When these kinds of relationship is there, we call directly by the instrument itself, by the possession itself. When we call auto, that refers to the possessor of the auto. So they are seen as a non-different thing. That's how the world actually runs in our day-to-day life. Why? Because the auto driver has full control of the auto. He's owner of the auto. Not even a screw anybody can take without his permission. So these kinds of usages we are seeing. So when he say that who have come, that I am the auto, he says that he is also using the word I am auto, I am Nadaswaram. And people also refer him as Nadaswaram, auto. So what it refers that the auto or Nadaswaram is completely belongs to that person. That kind of understanding is denoted over there. Similarly, here when Krishna says Senaninam Skandosmi, here that particular relationship of Krishna completely possessing Skanda or Shiva. Without Krishna's grace, Shiva cannot do any activity independently. Without Krishna's grace, Skanda cannot do any activities independently. The power belongs to Krishna. So that particular understanding comes. But then people may ask us that when Prime Minister says, I am Modi, there you don't say that Modi belongs to somebody else. No, they are non-different, complete, absolute non-different. But when you say, I am auto, there you're creating a difference. Auto is different from auto driver. When you called auto driver came. When you are giving money, are you giving to the auto or auto driver? Both are non-different, correct? If you say like that, auto, you give the auto driver only, isn't it? But when we say that Prime Minister, I am the Prime Minister, if he says, you put garland to I or the Prime Minister? Huh? I and Prime Minister both are same only. But here somebody says, I am auto, so instead of putting garland to or money to giving money to the driver, can you give to the auto? No, there you are discriminating. So both the places, the usage is the same. Auto aya hu, he is saying that I am auto, I have come. And another place, Prime Minister says, I am Prime Minister. But there you would say absolute non-different, where in the Prime Minister case, I and Prime Minister both are refers to same Narendra Modi. But here auto wala comes, main auto aya hu. There what he says, auto is different and auto driver is different. So why you are discriminating? We see that proper discrimination in the worldly life also we are seeing that. So similarly, here we say, when Krishna says, Senaninam Skandosmi, I am Skanda, there we take with the reference to calling that I am auto. But when Krishna says that I am Supreme Personality of Godhead, there we take the usage of Prime Minister is saying that, Narendra Modi is saying that I am Prime Minister. So this is how we take. But then the opponent is arguing, no, you cannot say like that. I will say ulta. When you say auto, when you say Krishna is saying that I am Senaninam Skandosmi, there I will take absolute not different like I am Prime Minister. In another place I will take something else. So how do you understand? How you argue that? So then we have to say that, you see, if you say like that, then according to me, I will take the other way. I won't give money to you. I will give money to auto. If auto asks money, I will give the money to him. I will say like that. Because you say, you will accept Krishna and Skanda are non-different, absolute non-different, both are same. So I will also take your opinion that auto and you are completely non-different. So instead of giving money to you, I will give to the auto. If auto asks, I will give them. After riding, we should say this. So then, no, you give money to me. Why you are auto? No, I called auto, you came, you accept you are auto. That's what you said. So then I will not give money to you, I will give to the auto. So there, no. Actually, auto means I came because without me, auto cannot function. Without me, auto cannot be taken. Without my permission, nobody can take the auto. I am the possessor of the auto. That's why I am saying I am auto. So please give the money to the possessor, not to the property. Similarly, we say, when Krishna says, Senaninam Skandosmi, I am Shiva, that means Krishna is saying that, like I am auto, how you pronounce, like that only Krishna is saying that Skanda belongs to me. Without my power, Skanda cannot move. Without my power, he cannot defeat even a single enemy. Without my power, Shiva cannot destroy. Without my power, Brahma cannot create. So that's why I use these particular words. So when such kind of usages Krishna speaks, Krishna creates a particular inbuilt understanding. Now, when we say that, a company owner, without the company owner, the company cannot run. When you say the Ford owner comes, we say the car company have come here, we say, some big personality comes, we say that, the military personified comes here. We say these kinds of usages. We say in this worldly life. Why we are using that? Because without him, nothing can move. Many such kind of usages are there. You can look around now. When the principal comes, college have come, we say here like this. Why? Without principal, the college cannot run. College have come, So when you say that, okay, next is, BJTA college takes the prize. Who comes there? College comes or the principal comes? Principal comes. So if he will be sitting in the seat, he will come to accept that. So why? Because without him the college cannot run. So similarly, without Krishna, these personalities don't have any power. That's what the whole chapter is all about. That only. Arjuna is feeling very sad that Krishna disappeared. Tadvai dhanuste shavahastarate hayaste soham rati dripatayo yata anamanti. That I am the same personality. These are the same. Te ishavaha. These are the same arrows. Te hayaha. These are the same horses. Tadvai tad dhanu. This is the same dhanus. Now what happened? Sarvam kshanena tadabhut asad isha riktam. Isha riktam. When isha is disappeared from that place, abhut asat. It becomes completely asat. Asat means non-existent. But it is very much there. What does it mean? The power is taken away. Asad isha riktam. Isha, Krishna has disappeared. He withdrew his power, become useless. Kuhakaradham ivopta bushyam. And just like putting the oblations in the ash, so become useless. So when Krishna wanted to speak that, if I say that this spectacle belongs to me, it's very simple understanding. This spectacle is my spectacle. Without my permission, you cannot take it away. But when I say I am the spectacle, then what infers? That has a particular connotation. When you say that I am the auto, what it refers to, the auto driver and auto are, their relation is very much perceived in the usage of the words. When you say that, India and Indra, people in those times, they promote. India is Indra, Indra is India. People, politicians, they spoke during those times. Why? This is a very small lady. Prabhupada said she is most powerful lady in the world. Next to Durga is Indra, Indira Gandhi those times. So why say Indra is India, India is Indra? Because she has India is a place, a country, is a place, and Indira Gandhi is a human being. How can you say both are same? Because she is ruling with such power. So this is a usage we are seeing in the world itself. So when we speak like that, you can say that without Indira Gandhi doesn't everything things doesn't work in India. She is the most powerful lady in India, belong to Indra. If we speak all these big lectures, people go to sleep. But when you put a slogan, Indra is India, India is Indra, then everybody become very excited. So Krishna wants to give that not just excitement. Krishna wants to give that a subtle understanding. What understanding? That without me, nothing can work here. So if Krishna wanted to say that, he has to speak in this language which enters into our heart. What he says, instead of saying that Skanda belongs to me, Skanda is my property, Krishna is saying that I am Skanda. What does it mean? That without me, nothing will work for Skanda. Without me, Shiva cannot do any of these things. So there, this particular understanding Krishna want to drive us within, that Krishna, Maya Tadamidam Sarvam Jagadavyakta Murtina. Even the auto driver and auto, what is the relationship? The auto driver is possessing the auto, but when he goes to sleep, he is somewhere, auto is somewhere. Somebody can steal it also. But when Krishna's relationship with these his opulences are very unique relationship. Maya Tadamidam Sarvam. Krishna enters into each and every atom. Without Krishna, there is no existence for anything actually. Without Krishna, Swata Pravarti Ashakyatva. Just like the electricity, without electricity, the fan is useless. But the fan can at least exist. This fan is not running. But that fan behind, you see, it is running. Why? This is running. Electricity is gone inside. So without electricity, the fan is useless. But still, it can exist at least, isn't it? But without Krishna, existence is also not possible. It will collapse. So that much Krishna is entered into everything. So in order to speak that, Krishna is using this particular usage. I am Skanda means what? If I am not there, there is no existence for Skanda. If I am not there, there is no existence for Lord Shiva. So that is what Krishna is trying to tell us, that Senaninam Skandosmi Rudranam Chankraschasmi. So that particular relationship with Krishna, with his creation, very intimate, intricate relationship. And that without giving a big lectures, Krishna, I am entered into every atom, I am possessing that. Instead of giving all these, big lectures, in one sentence, Krishna finishes. What he says? Senaninam Skandosmi. He didn't say that I am, Skanda is my possession. He is saying that I am Skanda. If I am not there, मैं नहीं हूँ, कुछ नहीं काम नहीं होगा. Nothing will work here. Local language is more interesting than the English language. So without me, nothing will work means what? He is that person actually. So what does it mean? They are not non-different, absolute non-different. But what is the relationship is that Without him, things will not work. So that is a beautiful understanding Krishna is speaking. So similarly, in this way, sometimes Krishna says that I am this, I am Skanda. Here we have to take as a absolute difference. Skanda, Shiva are different from Krishna. Like auto driver is saying that I am auto, or we call auto or taxi as auto driver, taxi as a taxi. But when Krishna says, I am Supreme Personality of Godhead, what is understanding we should take? And the Narendra Modi is saying that I am Prime Minister of India, where there is absolute non-different. So in this way, where to take non-different and where to take different, while the usage is non-different. So even though Krishna is saying here that I am Skanda, I am Shiva, here the usage is non-different, but the how to understanding is there is absolute difference is there. But when there is absolute difference, there is an intimate relationship is also spoken to us. What is intimate relationship? Even though Shiva and Krishna are completely different. Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shiva is his servant, but why it is spoken in a non-different usage of words? Because there is an intimate relationship between both of them. What is intimate relationship? Krishna is a person who is giving power to Shiva. Krishna is a Swami, Shiva is a Dasa. Krishna is a Niyamaka, one who orders, Lord Shiva is the executor. Krishna is a power, Krishna is powerful, and Shiva has the power from Krishna. So these are the relationships are understood from this usage. But when Krishna says, I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I am Devaki Nandana, I am Yashoda Nandana, there what it is? Complete, absolute, non-different, has to be understood. So similarly, here we are speaking about Krishna's different incarnation. This shloka is talking about Krishna taking the form of Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Yatha Matsyat Rupani Dhatte Jahyat Yatha Nataha, that people misunderstand that Krishna's form is also temporary, like we are changing our dress. Not like that. Krishna's form, Krishna's body, Krishna's qualities, Krishna's name, these are all non-different from Krishna, absolutely non-different from Krishna. Like when Krishna says, I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But we should not misunderstand this non-different usage in such places when Krishna says that I am Skanda, I am Shankara. There, even though the usage is of non-different, but the understanding is that Krishna and Shiva are completely different. Krishna and Skanda are completely different. We are part and parcel of Krishna. We are servant of Krishna. But without Krishna, we can't function. Krishna is the source of all our strength. So in this way, when we understand Krishna's greatness, then after understanding Krishna, then the desire comes to, when desire comes to achieve Him comes. When the desire becomes intensified, then the Shastras tells us the process to achieve Him is bhakti. And the bhakti, is it so difficult? Like even though we desire to achieve Chandraloka, we understood the process that we have to jump there, but we will fall, we can't do that. Is it difficult? No, the process is also, even though Krishna is much beyond the Surya and Chandra in distance, the process is very simple. Bhakti yogena manasa. That by bhakti, I can be easily understood. So Krishna himself says. So that process is very simple. And so that we can easily do the process by which we can achieve the goal also. So in this way, the proper understanding. So in the purport, Prabhupada writes here that Krishna's body and Krishna are non-different. At the same time, they can be easily accessed even in our present condition by the simple process of bhakti yoga. Tadiyeshu tadagyeshu bhaktir jitatvam punar prematastam shatavritti vande. Even though Krishna is Ajita, but by the simple process of bhakti, Krishna can be conquered. But those who are not able to perform bhakti, they want to conquer Krishna. As Prabhupada says, Krishna has a prerogative to hide himself. That he will hide himself and without revealing himself to those who are miscreants. So be thankful to Srila Prabhupada and the whole parampara that they given us the proper intricate techniques to understand Krishna's personality. And not only the understanding of Krishna, but also they are given a very accessible process simply by chanting Krishna's name, simply by doing kirtan. simply by performing simple services to him. Srila Prabhupada, one place he said that we have got all these books are there. Chant Hare Krishna, dance and take prasadam. And if you're interested, we have got books also. You know. So why Prabhupada has to say that? So many books he has written. Somebody written all throughout the night without sleeping. Somebody read my books. But Prabhupada sometime he said also, chant Hare Krishna, take prasadam. But if you're interested, we have books also. If you can come and read. Why? Because the process is very simple. Like Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, it speaks about the science of bhakti. You eat your food, put it in your mouth, stomach, and you get digestion. And you may not know how the food is digested, but digestion is going on, correct? Every day we are eating and digesting. But what Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu does is that how the digestion takes place, how the food goes to stomach, how you get the energy, how it turns into glucose, sucrose, all these things. Whether you know it or not, these things are happening. So Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is a technique, is a scientific technology to give us understanding how the bhakti process works in various levels. Whether you know it or not, chant Hare Krishna, that will work. At the same time, for those who want to understand that, the Shastras are also there. But it doesn't mean that we should not read the Shastras. Shastras are there for, if you can read Google News and you can understand, and other newspaper and all. So why not read Shastras? So those ability, they can learn the Shastras. So here, in this verse, we understand that Krishna's form and Krishna are not different. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sorry, I took little extra time. Is there any one question? Yeah. Okay, thank you for patiently hearing class. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.